Hello and welcome to another video tutorial with KingTech Coding Clinic. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can develop or design this amazing data entry form in MS Excel VBA using Chatgpt. Okay, we all know very well how stressful it is to create this kind of user forms. Okay, whatever application you would want to build, you would want to create data entry forms for collecting data. Is the best way of creating applications. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create complete data entry form, fully functional data entry form like this using Chatgpt. Okay, it's going to be very simple, straightforward and fun. Now let me just put this one into test and let's see how it works. So as I want to enter some data, so the third person here, let's say the name is maybe Mary John or whatever, and the gender is female, then the date of birth 10 and then 10, probably 1987. Let's take it that way. I can just copy this out and then assume this is for date of admission. Then the class, let me just choose any class. Guardian name, let's say Mr. John. Okay. And then the contact of the guardian, you can just type some random numbers. And then the address, we can just say John's Lane. And then the email address, we can just say John, okay, JH at yahoo.com. Perfect. So once we are done with that, we can just click on save, and then we have the data saved. If you want to search for the data, you can just click on this and then you search for the data. Says record found. You can equally search using names. So let me just type Mary John, or sorry if I yes. Let's see this. Mary John. Okay, sorry. So once we click on search, you should be able to watch. You can see record found and loaded Mary John. It's very simple and easy. You can search with capital letters as well as small letters, and then you so return the data once you have the data in your database. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can create this complete amazing form using Chatgpt. Let me show you the back end so that we see how that looks like. So now let me show you, these are the codes, and all this Chatgpt is going to generate all these things for us, and we are going to give it our own prompt, and I'm going to show you how you can achieve this result in Chatgpt. It's going to be very simple and it will help you in creating your applications from now onwards. Now let's quickly delve right into that. All right, so now welcome back. So what I'm going to do right now is to quickly just create my file, that is the Excel file. Okay, well, let me just create a folder. Let me just name it data entry form with Chatgpt. Okay, let me just name it that way, Chatgpt. Perfect, there we go. So what I'm going to do is just to come here, just type Excel. I'm going to open this up and then just create a blank workbook. Let me just go to file and then go to save as. Let me go to desktop and then grab the folder called data entry with Chatgpt. Open it up. Then I would want to save it as macro enable workbook. Then I'll choose that and name it data entry form. Okay, perfect. So I just click on save and then I should have that saved inside. So this is my file saved as macro enable workbook. Okay, now, and I would want to believe we all know what Chatgpt is all about. Okay, it's a very powerful AI tool that helps us to generate a lot of content, being it codes, whatever information you would want to find out or search for. Chatgpt will help you generate that. You're going to use Chatgpt to create this amazing form. If you haven't yet created an account with Chatgpt, please, I will leave the link in the video description. You just click on the link and then you just sign up with your email address. It's very simple to do. So once you have that up and running, you don't have any problem again. So what we are going to do is just to get our database table from here. So the first column, we have the serial number, so SN. Then here we have the name, and here we should have the gender, right? Gender, and then gender, and then we should have a date of birth. So let me just name it DOB. Then date of admission, DOA. And then the next one we have class, and then we have guardian name, and then we also have a contact, and then we also have home address, and then we also have email address. Okay, perfect. So we go ahead and format this. Let's close this a bit and then open this one right away. Open this a bit. This is okay. Date of admission, we open it up a bit. Date of birth, date of admission, we open them up a class. Then the guardian, we open it up a bit, guardian name. Then the contact as well, we stretch it up, and then home address, there we go, email address as well, let's stretch them up. So contact, let's squeeze it up a bit. So let's close this one. So let's select it here, and quickly let's get our fonts. Maybe let me just go for Arial Black. There we go. So I have this up and running boldly. So let me just stretch here up a bit. So let me select this and then align it to center, and then let me decrease the font size a bit, again a bit. So let me just give it this dark color here, and then the font color goes with white. And what I'm going to do is to select all this way, and then let me give it all borders. There we go. So let me choose this and let's give it all borders. So there we go. I think this looks okay. So once we are done with this, what I'm going to do is I want to select or center my text or my data. Anytime I enter it, so I'll just choose and then align them to center. So perfect, our table is ready with 10 columns. So what we're going to do is to create our form now. So we go to VBA, that is the Visual Basic Editor. Okay, so if you don't have this developer tab here, you go to File, then you come to Options, then you come to Customize Ribbon from here. Then you should have this developer checked. So once you have that checked, just click on OK. You should have that up and running here. So once you have that, what we're going to do right now is let's go to Visual Basic. So let's go to Insert, and then we insert the user form. So let's resize the form. Let's maintain the name and everything. So what we are going to do, let me just select it, and then effect. Okay, the special effect, let me just choose one of them, like sunken or something like that, or maybe etched or whatever, or raised, something like this is okay. So I'm going to give it a nice background color. So I'll select it and then choose the background color from here. I've already showed you how to create forms like this, so this shouldn't be a problem. So what I'm going to do is to add my various labels. I'm just going to choose this one here. What I'm going to do is to just name it serial number. So S-N. There we go. So I'll select this one, quickly format it, and then I'll make it copy of this for the rest. Okay, so let me just select it. Let me just go for Arial Black as well. Sorry, Arial Black. Okay, I can get that here. So let me go for Times New Roman. Perfect. So let me choose that as well. There we go. Then I would want to bold it and increase the font size to probably 12. That would in the back. There we go. So we have this. And then I'll make sure it's selected. Then I'll come to border style, and I'll just give it single line. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is to create copies of it. Control C to copy after selecting, Control V to paste. So I'll select the two, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. There we go. So I'll just select this. Okay, let me just add one, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And I'll just keep this one here as well. So let me just select all this, Control C to copy and Control V to paste. And then let me select them, and I'll just bring them here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is to quickly rename them. So we have here to be name, and then here, sorry, and then here should be gender, and then here should be date of birth. Okay, then here should be date of admission, DOA, and then here should be class. Let's go for class, and then here should be guardian name, and then here should be, after guardian name, here should be contact, and then here should be what again? That'll be a home address, and then finally here should be email address. Perfect. So there we go. So once we are done with this, we just go ahead and grab our text box, and then we just draw this here like this, and this. Okay, so let's select it and format it appropriately. Border style, let me give it single line. Let me go to font, and then let's bold the fonts, and then Times New Roman, and then size to 10, then click OK. So Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. So we have the name here. There we go. So here, let's select the two, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then we have it for this and that. Okay, that is the date of birth and date of admission. So now let's check this 1, 2. So I would want this one to be 4 and this one to be 5. I'll be having the third one here. Okay, so Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Now we have this one here. We'll be stretching our form up a bit. We'll open the form up a bit here. There we go. This is okay. So this should be 9 and this should be 10 for me. So just name them as I'm naming them. This should be 9. And then select this one and then rename it here to be 10. Okay, text box 10. So let's copy them. Okay, let's select the two. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. And let's paste them here. So select this one. So this should be 7. Text box 7. And then select this one. Let's name it text box 8. There we go. So now we go for this is going to be gender. In general, we need a drop down list to choose whether male or female, and then here we need subclasses as well, and ChatGPT is going to generate all this code for us, so don't worry. So what we're going to do is to grab the combo box from here and then we quickly draw it this way. There we go. So let's format it appropriately. We just go to font here, then we want to bold it Times New Roman and then 10 and click on OK. So what we are going to do, the border style, we give it single line. There we go. So what we are going to do is rename it to text box 3. So say text. So just name it there. I'm naming it text box 3. There we go. So ambiguous things. Now we already have text box 3 exists. So it is 1, 2. Okay, this is 4. Okay, this should be 5. Text box 5. So let's rename this one to be text box 5. And then so we should have text box 3 now. So text box 3, please. There we go. So we now have text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, text box 4, text box 5. Now let's select the combo box, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then we bring it here and let's name it text box 6. Box 6. There we go. There we go. So now we have text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, text box 4, text box 5, text box 6, text box 7, text box 8, text box 9, text box 10. There we go. So now what we need is let's run our form and see the effect looking good. So now we need our controls, okay, the buttons. So quickly let's just drag this one and drop it here. So let's just select it and let's give it a back style. Let's give it transparent so that it takes the color of the background here. So let's format it appropriately. Let's just come to font. Okay, so click on font here. We want to bold it Times New Roman and then size should be 10 and click OK. So here we select it and then we come here, the caption, then we change it to add and then slash save. Okay, so what we are going to do is to decrease it a bit this way. So decrease it a bit as well. So Control C, Control V to paste it. Select the two, Control C, Control V to paste. There we go. So let's add another two, Control C, Control V to paste again. So we can put this ones here. Okay, so now this is going to be updates. So let's rename it to updates. Sorry, updates. And this one is going to be delete. So let's rename it to delete. And then this one is going to be search. So let's place it here. And then let's select this text box, Control C, Control V. Let's reduce its length a bit. Let's reduce the length a bit and then place it here. Then let's rename this one to search. Search, and then here should be reset. So select it, clear it, and let's write reset, and then finally here should be exit. Okay, so select it, clear this, and let's start exit. There we go. So what we are going to do, everything is now set and up and running. So what we are going to do is let's just try arranging them perfectly. There we go. So now what we are going to do is to name them. So select this one, let's name it CMD Art. There we go. Select this, let's name it CMD Update. There we go, update. Okay, so CMD delete, CMD delete, and there's CMD search, CMD search, and then CMD reset. Okay, and then here I have CMD exit. There we go. So now we can save our work and quickly let's run our form. The form looks good and pretty. So now let me just adjust this part a bit. So let me rerun it once again. Select. So let me run it once again. So now you can see that the form is completely created, but the controls are not working. So this is where ChatGPT is going to do the magic for us. Okay, so we're going to ask ChatGPT to write the codes that is going to control the form. When we can collect data from here, we can have our drop down list from here, collect data from here, and then submit the data straight to this particular sheet. Okay, let me rename the sheet to what? Data. Perfect. So we have that. So Control S to save your work. So now the next thing we are going to do is to ask ChatGPT to write the codes for us. And how are we going to do that? There is one thing we need to know. ChatGPT is an AI tool, and we need to know the instruction to give it or the prompt to give it for us to be able to get the best result out of it. Now I've already created my prompt that I'm going to be giving to ChatGPT, and I'll be sharing all this with you in the comment section below. You can just click on the link and you download all of them. So now the first prompt we're going to ask ChatGPT is this. Now we want ChatGPT to give us the codes for what? Saving the data from the user form here. Let me show you this. By clicking on this button, we would want the ChatGPT to write the codes for this save particular button for us. Okay, so now what we are going to do is to tell ChatGPT to do that for us by explaining the scenario, or the test, the worksheet, and then the nature of the form. We explain it to ChatGPT. Then from there, it will look at that and then generate the code for us. So ours is to copy and then paste and then save it, and we should have our form working without any problem. So now let's see the prompt. Now the first prompt, I'm telling ChatGPT that, hey, I have an Excel. Okay, I have an Excel. So let me just name this an Excel. So save this. An Excel workbook containing a sheet named data. The name of my sheet is called data. Don't forget of that. And then I also have a user form with 10 text boxes. Our user form has 10 text boxes. That's text box 1 to text box 10. I want you to generate a VBA code for me to submit data from the user form to the worksheet named data. On the button click, meaning once I click on the button, I would want what? Submit the form. So ChatGPT should generate the code for me. So the first row, and I'm telling ChatGPT that the first row of the sheet contains the headings from column A to J. What I'm telling ChatGPT is that the first row of this particular sheet is what contains the headings. Sometimes some can decide to put the headings on this second row. So if that is your case, then you have to let ChatGPT know that, hey, the headings are on the second row. So ChatGPT will then know where to start from when submitting the data. So I'm going to copy this prompt straightforward and then give it to ChatGPT, and let's see the one there. So I'll copy this, Control C to copy, click on to ChatGPT, then paste it here, Control V to paste and hit enter. Now let's watch. Excellent. Now ChatGPT is done creating or generating the codes for us without any problem, without any stress. So what we are going to do is to quickly copy this one. Just copy the codes. So we come here. So we come to the user form. So double click on the save. So in between the save subroutine, Control V to paste. So just remove this one here. Remove this. And then here, the end sub, you remove it. We already have the sub procedure. So what we are going to do is to save our work. So now let's run our form. Once we are now, just click on add and save. So now you can see that we have just saved the data with the codes ChatGPT has just generated for us. Now there is one thing I think ChatGPT didn't add for me, and I can tell ChatGPT to do that. I want ChatGPT to, maybe I didn't include that prompt inside my prompt here, but I'll tell ChatGPT to do that for me, and that is what it should add the word success button after saving. So what I'm going to do is to go here, just tell ChatGPT says add success message. I can add that myself. I don't want to do that after data is saved. So press enter. So it's going to regenerate the code and add that success message for me. So now once I'm done submitting the data, it's going to add that message. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm not going to recopy all the codes, okay? I'm going to copy that line it has added. It says what? Message box. That is the line here, okay? So I'll just copy that line. Then I'm going to my codes here, straightforward. I can equally copy this. Now let me just do that. Let me copy the entire code for you, so you understand what ChatGPT does better, okay? What I'm going to do is to clear everything from here, like this. Then let me go back to my user form again. Then let me double click on this. Then in between, then I Control V to paste. So I'll just clear this one here, and then quickly remove the end sub as we did previously. So now let's run our form. Once we are now just click on add and save. So now you can see that we have just saved the data with the codes ChatGPT has just generated for us. Now there is one thing I think ChatGPT didn't add for me, and I can tell ChatGPT to do that. I want ChatGPT to, maybe I didn't include that prompt inside my prompt here, but I'll tell ChatGPT to do that for me, and that is what it should add the word success button after saving. So what I'm going to do is to quickly remove the end sub as we did previously. So once I am done, just click on this. So now to So what I'm going to do is just to click on add and save. So you can see now the message has come. It has added that message for me. So everything is now complete. So perfect. So now I'm done. I'm going to my second prompt on my form, okay, for the form. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm telling ChatGPT that, hey, regenerate the same code and add validation to text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, and text box 8 to make sure none of these text boxes is left empty during data submission. If the user leaves any of these text boxes empty, he should be prompted accordingly. So what I'm saying is that during data submission, I don't want the user to skip this particular data. That is the serial number, name, and gender, as well as the contact. It's compulsory. I need data submitted to all these fields. Okay. So once the user skip them, then the user should be prompted with a message. So ChatGPT is going to regenerate the code for me and then do that. So I'm going to click here. And I'm going to paste the prompt and then hit enter. So let's watch. So what I'm going to do is just to copy the entire code here. Just copy this and then double click on this to avoid any issue. Let me always clear this and then let's come back here. Control, double click to open this and then just paste it now. So now let's come back and then remove the additional subroutine created. And then let's clear this one as well. Sorry, let's clear this one as well. So now let's save our work. So now if we should come here, let's run our form now. Now if I try submitting data, it says what? Please fill the following required fields. Text box 1, text box 2, meaning it's compulsory. I need to fill them. So now let me just fill those text boxes here. Let me enter something here as well, sorry. Some data here, and then here as well, and then here. Now if I should submit, it's going to submit. You see that because I fulfill that particular requirement, it is able to what? Submit the data for me. Okay, so that is what I want. If you want to include all the text boxes, then you can specify that in the prompt and ChatGPT will do exactly that for you. Let me clear that. There you go. So now everything is now done. We are going to the next prompt. The next prompt is going to be that, okay, now I'm telling ChatGPT that text box 3 is a combo box. Write the code for me to add the following items to the combo box for the drop-down list option, for the drop-down list option, male, female. So what I'm telling ChatGPT is that this particular text box here is actually a combo box. So I need a drop-down list for it. Ideally, you could have created another sheet here and then do that, validate, and then have that link to that. But I don't want to do that. I want to show you how ChatGPT can help us do all that. Okay, so I'll just click on this and then give it that prompt. So just Control V and hit enter. Let's see what happens. So it's doing that for us. So we're going to copy this and then let me show you. So I'll copy this. Let's come here. Let me show you our form now. Let me run the form. You can see that when I click, I don't see the drop down list. Perfect. So but let's go back here now. So let's double click on the form. Okay, now let's just clear what we have here. Then we just paste Control V, paste the code it has generated for us. So now this is the code. Okay, so now let's run our form. Let's click here now. So you see that it has been added. So you just click on this, you add that. You click on this, you add that. That is amazing. Perfect. So let's save our work. Let's go to the next prompt. So we are telling ChatGPT that the next text box here, that is text box 6, is also having the same thing. So we would want to give it the list we want it to add to this particular control for us. So let's click on this and then we grab this from here. Control C to copy this, and then Control V to paste it in ChatGPT. So this. So let's hit enter. Let's wait for the magic. So we already have the user form initializer procedure. So I'm not going to copy that as well. I'm going to copy the codes in between. So I'm just going to copy this one. Control C to copy this. So I'm going to minimize this one now and then double click on this. So we've already created the first one. So it's going to be inside the same procedure. So I want Control V to paste it for the text box 6. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to run the code now. So when I click on this, you have the drop down list as well. That is amazing and powerful. So that is what ChatGPT can do. So now let's save our work. Let's go to the next prompt. Say write the codes for me to search for a record using the form and by fetching the data from the worksheet back to the form. The search bar is text box 11. I want to search using the ID or name. The ID is in the first column and the name is in the second column. I should be able to search using the name in both lower and upper cases or both combined. It should return all the record from the first column to the last column with the data back to the form. This is to back to the form, back to the user form if the record is found. So let me copy this. I'll explain to you, don't worry. So what I'm telling ChatGPT is that I would want to use the user form to search for the record. That is on clicking of the search button. And once the record is found, I would want ChatGPT to return all the record from the worksheet back to the user form. It's as simple as that. And I'm telling ChatGPT that I'm going to search using the ID and then the name. I need to let ChatGPT know the column where the ID is. And I told ChatGPT, hey, my ID is in column A and then the name is in column B. So take note of that and do that accordingly. You should be able to return the data once the data is found. So now the prompt is ready. Let's give it to ChatGPT and see the magic. So Control V to paste and then hit enter. Amazing. ChatGPT has done it again. So once we are done and everything is okay, just Control C to copy this. So just click on that button to copy. Now let's come back here. So what we are going to do, double click on this search. So we have the search sub procedure here. There is it. Then Control V to paste. So what we are going to do is to remove the sub procedure created by ChatGPT. Since we already have ours created, then we remove the end sub. So now let's save our work and run our form now. So I've already told ChatGPT this is my set box. So let me just type 1 and search. The data is found. Perfect. Amazing. Let me just type 2 and search. The data is found. Amazing. Let me type the name John in small letters. John and search. It's found. Amazing. Let me type James and search. Record is found. This is simple. Amazing. That is the powerful nature of ChatGPT. If you are not using it, you are lagging behind. Start using it now. Let's proceed. Now, I want the ChatGPT to write the code for me to update the record if found. So I would want to update. So I'm now going for this particular button now. My update button, this particular button. This one. Okay, this one. So now let me just come here. Then Control V to paste. Say what? Write the code for me to update a record if found. So hit enter. So let's watch. Perfect. So now once we are done, ChatGPT is done. So we can just copy this and then let's come back. So we click on update. So we click on this update. So this is the sub procedure. Click inside and Control V. So what we're going to do right now is to remove what we have, this sub procedure created by ChatGPT, and remove the end sub as well. Perfect. So there we go. Save your work. So now let's run our form. So sorry, let's search for John. So we have John. Let's name it Cena. Let's add Cena to it, making it John Cena. Let's click on update. So we click on, did I choose update button? Sir, record updated. Perfect. So you can see that it is updated successfully. Let's say that he is actually a female and not a male. So let's change that to female. So check here, you can see John Cena. The gender is male here, but once I click on update, it says female. Record updated. Powerful. So there we go. We are done with that as well. Now the update function or the update control is also working. Move on. Now write a code for me to delete a record if found on a button click. So I just want to delete a record. Simple as that. So I'm just going to give it to ChatGPT. I want to delete a record. Now the delete button. So Control V to paste and hit enter. Right, ChatGPT is done. What we're going to do is just to make sure we just copy this, right? Just copy. Let me confirm the code. Sometimes I just have to read the code, right? Yeah, so I'm okay with that. So what I'm going to do is to come back here and then just double click on this and then Control V to paste. So what we are going to do, this is the delete. So remove this end sub here. Let's remove this end sub, sorry. Remove this end sub, perfect. And quickly remove this particular procedure beginning the ChatGPT created, remove it. So what we are going to do is save our work and run our form. Run the form, sorry, ambiguous stated. Okay, fine. It has a different name this way. So all we are going to do is this. We're going to rename this one to 1. Okay, so there we go. So save your work. It's already having a name called clear text boxes. So having the same sub procedures name makes it ambiguous, so we need to rename the other one. So I've just renamed this one. Let me run the form again. So now what I'm going to do is just to search for the first record, John Cena. Let me search for it. Let me click on delete, and then it's deleted successfully. Perfect. It's gone. There we go. Now there is one thing that is left that I think ChatGPT has to do for me. So you can see that before deleting the record, I just deleted without me receiving any prompt. Ideally, I should be able to get a prompt. Hey, are you sure you want to delete? If I say yes, then I have it deleted. If I say no, then it's cancelled. Because sometimes, accidentally, you can go ahead and click on delete instead of maybe update. With that prompt, you'll be able to correct your mistake and then you do the right thing. That is the best way when building an application or real world application. That is how it's done. So what we're going to do is to ask ChatGPT to do that for us. Okay, so I'm saying that, hey, prompt the user to confirm deletion before record is deleted. So now I'm going to copy this now. Let me give you the ChatGPT here. Then Control V to paste. Bam. Let's see this. There we go. There we go. So now let's copy this. So let's minimize. Let's bring this up. So we go for delete. So double click on this. So the delete sub procedure start from here, and then it comes up to here. So clear everything in between. Then Control V to paste. So now let's remove this and sub here. Let's remove it. And we go to the top here where the delete started. Remove this one. There we go. So now let's save our work. So now let's run off the ambiguous name. Let's rename this one back again because we just pasted another one. So save your work. Clear text box is 1 to make it different from the previous one. Another one. Okay, this one is already 1. So this should be 2. Okay, text box is 2. Okay, there we go. So save it now and let's rerun it back again. So now there we go. So now I'm going to search for the second one and then search for it. It's now searched. Now I want to delete. So it says, "What? Are you sure you want to delete this record?" If I say no, nothing happens. Cancel. Now if I hit delete and I say yes, then the record is deleted. Perfect. There we go. Amazing. Let's add another data. Okay, so let's quickly add some data, some dummy data from here. Let's run our form. Let's run. Just assume that, then I just click on add and save. There we go. So that is all for now. Now let me save the work. Let me quickly finish it up. So write the code for me to clear all the text boxes on the user form when the button clicks. So what I'm saying is that supposing I run the form this way and then I begin data entry this way, and I want to click this button and then clear what I've just entered and start all over again. So I want ChatGPT to just create that for us. It would have been easy for us to do, but let's ask ChatGPT to do that for us. So let's copy this one. Control C to copy, and then we come back here, and then Control V to paste, and then hit enter. There we go. So now, okay, let's see this sub and end sub, private sub and end sub. Now it has given us multiple 2 sub procedures here, so we have to do the needful here. So now the trick here is that we are going to call this one. We already have another subroutine called clear text boxes. I would want to believe that. So what I want to do is to copy this one now, and then let's come back here. Only that one. Okay, up to here. Let me just show you again up to the beginning here. Control C to copy this, and then let's come back here. Let's double click this one. Let's come down here and then paste it. Let's run the code. Very good. There's ambiguity, so let's name this one to be 1. Clear text, but there is already an existing subroutine called clear text boxes. That's the name. So now it wouldn't do that again. So there is another ambiguity. Okay, let's make it 3. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So there we go. Now it's not working. So now let's go back here again and then copy this one. Okay, let's copy only this one, only this line, because that is the line we are going to call inside that button, and then it will call this one for us. Okay, clear text box is 3. So I'm going to copy this one here, and then what I'm going to do is let's come back here and I'm going to double click on this one and then paste it here. Then I'll add 3 to it because we changed the name of it here to be what? Clear text box is 3. We are just calling it by its name inside the delete or the reset sub procedure. So now if I enter this here and then this here, if I run this, it will reset the form. You see that? We just clear the form for you. There we go. So now the last button, that is the control button, is to what? Close the form or exit the form. So how do we do that? So let's tell ChatGPT to do that for us. So we say what? Write the code to close the form on button click. So let's Control C to copy this. The ChatGPT now, take a look at this. There we go. Oh, it has given us the code. So what we're going to do is just to copy what is in between. Okay, now if you wish, copy everything, but we're going to go ahead and delete this one. So let's copy what is in between. So we just copy this and that. We'll Control C, and let's come back here, and then I will click on this one, then Control V. So let's save our work. Now let's run our form. Anytime you run the form, you exit. Anytime you come back here, you run the form, you exit. So what I'm going to do is to create a button here where I can quickly trigger the button. So I'm going to insert and shapes. Let me just grab this shape here. Let me give it black and let's open it up a bit. Let me right click on it, go to edit text. Let me call it submit data. There we go. So let me select it and then let's come here, home, and Times New Roman, and then select it. Then let's center this perfectly, reduce the font size and bold it. So now what we are going to do is right click on this one here, assign macro, then click on new, then say user form 1, let's call it user form 1 dot show. Sorry, that is that. We are just calling the form by its name and then asking it to display. So click here, now we have the form. So now you can see that we have just created a complete data entry form using Chatgpt, and you can enter your data, delete data, search your record, update your record, reset your form, exit your form, all generated with Chatgpt. It's as simple as that. Now, please, if you like the video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now, what I'm going to do is this. If you want me to create an advanced user form like this, let me just show you a sample one from here. Let me show you this. If you want me to create an advanced user form like this particular one here, let me show you this one here with Chatgpt, where we have the controls for images, the list box and everything. Now please just give me a comment in the section below, but just type advanced and I'll just feel like yes, you would want to learn the advanced one with Chatgpt like this, and I'll just sit down, write the prompt, generate the prompt, and then give them to you without any problem, without any stress. If you like the video, please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon so that you get notified anytime we upload videos, tutorials like this. I'll be leaving the link in the video description below where you can download all the prompts and all the test files for you to go ahead and use for your own practice. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much and God bless you. See you in the next series of video tutorials. Bye bye.